Y'all are following Unit 1 and Unit 2 in Math 120, so you can find all these videos. Just the discussion content of each class is different. My 8 o'clock class doesn't talk very much, so I have to usually get them to try to talk, which y'all don't have a problem talking. So I did watch that movie that she talked about, and it was good. Silver Lining Playbook. Oh, it's a good movie. It is. Dang old Kitchen Fire Girl. What's her name?
Jennifer Lawrence.
She's perfect in that movie. No, the character. It's perfect. She is crazy, psycho, angry, and she does a real good job in bringing that out. And it's a real good movie. You got to get it. Is that her name, Jennifer Lawrence?
Mm-hmm. Do you see Fury yet?
No.
It's good.
It's very good.
I'm not a World War II buff. I'm not a, and I do not
You don't
like
have to
that
be a buff.
flick. I don't like that flick bit, so.
Yeah.
It's on there.
I'll have to, I won't have to watch it because everybody's asked me to watch it.
It's really good.
All right. So we have 5 numbers. The first thing you do is you establish that n is what? 5. And it's what? Odd. So that means that the median is the exact what? Middle. All right. When n is odd, the median is the middle number. That's it. But you got to put them in order. If you don't put them in order, then you might have a good chance of getting it wrong. The mean is the summation of x divided by n. The summation of x, you add all these up. Now people, nobody should have to use a calculator to add these up. You got 30 plus 60. Okay, 30 plus 60 minus 3. What's 30 plus 60?
90.
90 minus 3?
87.
87 plus this, 104. Somebody add them up. You should get 104. There it is, 104. Divided by 5. I did that in my other classes. I do things like that in my other classes, and I'll get some students say, where'd you get 30 and 60? People, it's called mental math. This is close to what?
30.
And these 3 are close to what?
20.
20, 20, and 20. Now, what's the difference? Well, these 2 equal out, do they not?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 20 and 20. So you only got a difference of 1 and what? 2, which is 3. So 90 minus 3 is 87. It amazes me that people are in college and they do not know what I'm doing when I do 30 plus 60. And it's not your fault. Whose fault is it?
Bush.
Besides Bush. Whose fault is it? K through 12 and your parents. It's K through 12 really. But they're not supposed to teach you how to think. They're just supposed to teach you how to take what? Test. Yes, ma'am.
I hope this isn't a dumb question, but
It is.
Where did you
We're
get,
all gonna make fun of you.
where did you get in from? Was it given?
You count them.
Oh, okay.
1, 2,
So
3,
it was a
4.
dumb question. Sorry.
No, it's not.
I was just making sure.
No, it's not. It's only a dumb question and Mr. Patel asked it. He can take it. I've had him in class before. He can take it. How's your sister?
Not my sister.
Yes, she is. How's she doing?
She's doing good. She actually turned her life up, around. I mean, she has.
She quit partying?
Yeah, a lot. Or she still does, but she makes good money. She works in
Did she graduate?
No, she's still a sophomore like me.
Oh, okay.
But she has an intern in a business in downtown Columbia in a law firm and stuff. So she's doing real good.
Well, that's good. Tell her I said hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she's your sister. Some way or another, cousin or something. All right. So mean is the summation of x divided, so that's 104 over 5. And y'all have done this 20 million times. When have you done it? At the end of the semester, when you're trying to find out your grade. You've done it 20 million times, so don't say you haven't. So, mean comes out to be 21. Median is 19 because it's the middle. There is the median. Median, what do you think of? When I say median, what's the first thing you think of?
Middle.
Middle of the road. Nobody ever says, oh, when he says median, I think of the middle number out of all the organized data. No, you think of the median that's in the middle of the road, that concrete bump that's in the middle of the road is what you think of, middle of the road. Mode. Mode and most start with what? MO. So mode is the number that shows up the what? Most. Now, you can have 2 modes, you can have 3 modes, you can have 5 modes. How do you write it down? Well, if you have 1 mode, you just write the number. In this case, it's what? 19, so you just put 19. If you have 2 modes, you need to put bimodal, and then put 19, comma, whatever the other number is. If they both show up the same amount of times. If 19 shows up 2 times and 17 shows up 2 times, then you'd say bimodal 17, comma 19. Trimodal, same thing. Polymodal is anything after 3. All right? You usually don't have to worry about that. And you'd say trimodal 17, comma 19, comma 21. What if you have no mode? Do you put 0? No. Why? Because there are some uptight instructors that will mark it wrong if you put 0 and put a little essay comment. Where did you get 0? 0 is not even in the data set. Okay? They know exactly what you mean when you put 0, don't they? But some of them are uptight, don't have a girlfriend, whatever the case may be. All right? Always put non-applicable, none, nairn, ain't got none, something, but do not put 0. That takes care of that. Range. What is the range? Your highest value minus the what? Lowest value. 28 minus 17. Mid-range, this is important for your box plot, which is, I'm going to show you how to do probably in the next class. I don't know where it is in your homework or where it is, but Wednesday of next week, we will review, we'll go through and look at everything that I haven't covered in chapter 5 and 6. All right? I don't know what I've covered. I have to look at your book and see. I'm just teaching everything that's out of 120 to y'all. That way, 1, if you have 120 next semester, you'll be able to do Unit 1 and Unit 2. And 2, 90% of what's in that book or what's in the syllabus is taught in 120, so I assume it's in that book. But I got to make sure. But box plot, we will cover that Monday, or this Wednesday, sorry, this Wednesday. And Monday of next week, I will go over anything that we haven't done. Highest plus lowest over 2. And you need that for your box plot. Now that leaves only 2 things that we haven't covered, that we haven't done, and that is the variance and the what? Standard deviation. We're going to do those. We're going to do all of this again on the spreadsheet. I'm just going to use the spreadsheet for what purposes? Organization. I'm not trying to force it on y'all. Like people have said that I do. So pull up your handy dandy spreadsheet. And the numbers are, let me just go ahead and do this because this really irritates me when we don't put everything in the middle. I know y'all don't have any quirks like that, but I do. Okay. So I'm going to go right here and I'm going to put X. And y'all got to help me. 17, 19, 21.
28.
Oh, I suck. Hold on a minute. 17 with the space button instead of the down.
19,
21.
21, 28.
So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put mean, median, mean, median, mode, range, mid-range, variance, and standard deviation. Now, the formula for the mean, and of course y'all could probably, y'all could probably recite it, but not correctly. Y'all would do, that's where you add up all the numbers and you divide by the numbers. Yep, that's not the formula. The math formula is mean, or x bar, or the average, is equal to the summation of x over n. So that means we've got to add all these numbers up and divide it by how many numbers there are. So a lot of people don't realize that each number is x. And if you add them all up, basically you get the summation of x, and the number of numbers, or the number of items that you have, is what? N. A lot of people don't know that, so don't feel bad if you don't. There's your x. N is equal to 5. So the mean is equal to 104 divided by what? Divided by
5.
Median is the middle of the road. So there's your median. When x, or when n is odd, your median and mode are observed. Write that down. When x is odd, when n is odd, your median and mode are observed. When n is even, only your mode is observed. Your median is calculated. What's your range? Highest minus low. You need that for your box plot also. Mid-range is equal to your highest plus your what?
Lowest.
Plus your lowest divided by 2. Now, what about your variance and your standard deviation? Well, let's erase the mean formula, and let's put the standard deviation up here, or variance. The reason you want to put the variance is because you need to know the relationship between variance and standard deviation. Variance is the summation of x minus x bar, quantity squared, over n minus 1. And what is the standard deviation?
Square root of
The square root of that formula. The square root of the what? Variance. Now, when you get confused, always go back to your formula. What do we have to do first? Well, we'll take a green marker and we'll mark it green what we need to do first. So what do we need to do first?
What's that right?
We need to subtract x bar from each x. What is x bar? Mean. So here's the mean, right here. And we'll put in right here x bar so you don't forget. Now I have to put x bar because I don't want to have to go look for the symbol because it takes too long. Z bar, that sounds like somewhere you drink. X bar, there we go. So my next column would be x minus x bar. Now, for those people that want to learn how to use Excel and already know how to use Excel, you need to learn how to lock a number. Now, the reason you need to learn how to lock a number is, let me show you how Excel works when you copy down a formula. If you don't use the lock feature and you say 17 minus 20.8 and you hit enter, it's going to read that first one right. But when I pull down to this one, the formula is going to say 19 minus what? It's going to read down from over here on your average below the 20.8. What's it going to read? 19 minus 19. And then the next one's going to read 19 minus 19. And what's the next one going to read? 11. And then 28 minus what? 22.5. It's not only going to grab this number, but it's going to grab the number under the mean. And this number is going to grab this number. And this number is going to grab this number. And this number, you see what I'm talking about, is going to grab this number. So how do you keep it from doing that? Well, you go back to the beginning, right here. And when you hit that L5, let me just redo it and I'll show you. Equals 17 minus, and as soon as you hit that 20.8, you hit F4. F is in Foxtrot, Fox 4, F4. And when you hit F4, it locks that last cell. So now when you copy it down, it'll be 19 minus 20.8, 19 minus 20.8, 21 minus 21.8, and 28 minus 20.8. So for those of you learning how to do Excel and those that are remembering how to do Excel, you need to remember what it does to that. It locks 20.8. Okay? I didn't say those of you who don't want to learn or not learning Excel. I did not say that you had to learn it. Now, go back to your handy-dandy formula. We've done the green part. How to do that? Sorry. There. All right, we've done x minus x bar. Now what do we need to do? Take our blue marker. We need to what? Square each term. So that means we're going to take that 3.8 and what we're going to do to it? Square it. Well, Hubert, that's a negative 3.8. Does it matter? No. Why? Because when you square something, it does away with the what? And that's why you do it. So equals this raised to the second power, and that changes everything to a positive. And what did I do just then with 72.8? What did I do?
You added summation.
I added them up. So the last thing we do is you add them up. So the first thing you do is subtract the x from x bar, right here. Then you what? Square it. And then you what? Add it up. And that 72.8 is what? What is that? That's your, starts with an N. Numerator, Hubert. That's right, class. So I'm just going to go out here beside this guy. And I'm going to put equals 72.8 over, and then what's the n minus 1?
4.
4. And that's your variance. So crank that out on your calculator. I'll put it in right here. Oh, excuse me. Divided by, parentheses, this minus 1. I get 18.2. And then what I do with that 18.2?
Square.
Raise it to the what power?
What about?
0.5 power or 1/2 power. And then what I do with that information?
Draw the graph.
I form a normal distribution. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to put my mean in the middle. Okay. Equals mean in the middle. And then what I do to the right?
Add 4.2661.
Good job. You actually listened that day. You were the one. Equals this guy plus. You don't understand. You're supposed to ask, how do you find that each time? That's what you're supposed to do. Minus. These students that try to listen and do good, I just don't understand it. So, would a 12-year-old in this class be unusual? Yes. Would a 30-year-old in this class be unusual?
No.
Yes. Because it's outside 2 standard deviations. And that's how you find, that's how you find the mean and standard deviation. Now let's do another one and let's pick out 6 people. We're going to pick out 6 people in this classroom. Make y'all feel awkward. Copy. Now what am I showing y'all how to do while I'm doing this? I'm showing you how to make another what? Spreadsheet, Hubert. That's right, class. And I'm going to add somebody, or we're going to add some people. So I'm going to add one person because I want to make n is equal to 6. What I'm doing is showing y'all how to make a spreadsheet with different listed values: 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now there's some homework problems that go up to 18 or 28 or something like that. So, but most of them are going to be between 5 and 10, most of them, on the test. So this is going to be n is equal to 6. And we're going to start with Miss Black, of course. Miss Black, give me your age.
My real age?
Yeah, or whatever you want to give me.
Let's go with 25.
25. All right. Who's next?
I'm 21.
21. Who's next?
24.
24. Who's next? Come on, 18, 19-year-olds. We need some.
19.
19.
I'm 18.
18. One more.
I'm 18.
18. Who was that? Okay. Mr. DeVoe, how old are you?
19.
Why do you throw your number out there, man?
You already got a 19.
Huh?
You already have a 19.
I'm just picking on you, Mr. DeVoe. Mr. DeVoe's in a bad mood today. Why are you in a bad mood, Mr. DeVoe? Huh?
Not.
Not. Not. That's all right, Mr. DeVoe. You don't want to talk to me, that's fine. That's I understand. All right. So there's our numbers. And I got to fill in here, so I'm just gonna copy. I'm gonna check everything. Just hold on. There. All right, let's go ahead and check everything. We'll take this out. All right, so first thing we're going to do is check our summation. That's right, and our n is correct, so we're going to take this number and divide by n, and that's correct. And we're going to take this guy equals C28 minus this guy. Why did it do that? And there's that number, and I copy it down just to make sure. There. And now there's our numbers. Now we got to go back and check the median. Now the median here is going to be different. Why? You got to take the two middle numbers and do what?
Add them up and divide it by 2.
Divide by 2. So I'm going to take those two numbers. So take equals parentheses 19 plus 21 and divide it by 2. And there's our median. Our mode, do we have, okay. I don't know why I did that, but shouldn't have done that. I'll fix it. Okay, mode, do we have a mode? 18?
Yeah.
18, and I'm going to mark that red because 18 is what? What's different about 18? It's observed. 18 is observed. I don't understand what would make that big of a difference. Just redo it. C31 minus L. Oh, it's not locked. See, gotta lock it, people. But I don't understand how it come along. There. I think I fixed it. What's the range?
7.
Minus. Good job. And the mid-range is equal to this guy plus this guy divided by 2. All right, variance. Well, the variance is going to be equal to what? This guy divided by parentheses 6 minus what? 1, Hubert. That's right, class. And then there is standard deviation. All right. The first set of data, first set of data, we had 4.3 as a variance. Look at that data. Let's see if I can get this to where y'all can see it a little bit better. Well, you can't really. I can only move it one more there. All right. Why is the data in the first part, why is the standard deviation 4.26? And the standard deviation in the second part is 3.06. Why is it less? I'm trying to get it where you can see all the data. There. This is 4.3 and this is 3. Why is the standard deviation less?
Because there's more numbers in the second one?
Nope. Has nothing to do with the number, more numbers.
Age range.
Yeah.
The range, what's happening?
Your range is less in the second one than it is in the first one.
Okay. What else?
Um,
I'm looking for y'all to see one thing. It's one thing. Just focus on these 5 numbers right here. And these 5 numbers, or these 6 numbers right here. What do you think, or what one thing makes that variance drop? That's what I heard.
The mode,
Huh?
the mode's different.
Mode's worthless.
Okay.
Good try.
Does it matter that you have one more number in the second one than the first one?
I'm trying to get y'all to see, something.
Could it be 25 instead of 28?
What's up? What's up with that? You're heading that way. Good. Keep going. What?
I guess the range or the mid-range?
Yeah, we said the range was different, but why? Why is the range different?
Numbers are a little closer and.
There you go. You're getting there. The numbers in the second set. Look at these numbers. And look at these numbers. What's the biggest difference that you see? This number has a what in it? I mean, this set has a what? A 28. This number has a 25.
Odd and even.
No.
I don't know.
No. Look at the gap between 21 and 28, and look at the gap between 24 and 25.
It's only 1 versus 7.
Exactly. So what number? You got 6 numbers here. You got 5 numbers here. Which number screws with the standard deviation?
Outline.
The 28. Why does the 28? Well, 25 is close to 28. Why did 28 screw it up? Because 28 has more what? Starts with a V, variance, than the 25. You said there's a gap between what? What'd you say the gap was here?
7.
You got a variance of 7 here, and a variance of what?
1.
1 here. So that shows in your standard deviation. So standard deviation is a good, what? Predictor of your variance. If you've got a small standard deviation, smaller means the less what? Variance. Larger means you have more what? Variance. You've got to be able to look at the data. You've got to be able to look at the variance, or look at the variance. What did I tell y'all? I might not have told y'all this. What is the definition of average? What is the definition of the mean? What is the definition of X bar? Because I'm going to say all of those, because if I say, what is the definition of the average, somebody will say it's the mean. And if I say, what's the definition of the mean, they'll say it's the average. So I'm going to go ahead and cover that. What is the definition of the mean, the average, and the X bar, and the adding up of the numbers and dividing by n? Because you'll say that next. What's the definition of those 4 things? And that's exactly what I get out of the 120 students. People go through a whole semester of probability and statistics in high school.